Coming up on Fulton Today, the new county manager now on the job. We'll hear from the new administrator. And taxpayers speak out about the 2014 budget. We'll hear from the county's finance team about this year's budget challenges. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. The new Fulton County Manager gets right down to business. Longtime public administrator Dwight Farrell made his official public debut during the Board of Commissioners recess meeting. The former MARTA executive joins just in time to help map out the county's future. Mr. Manager, welcome to Fulton County and welcome to Fulton Today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there is no doubt a lot on your plate your first few weeks on the job. What do you tackle first?
First, we're going to make sure that the November elections come off without a hitch, and then we're going to be focusing on the 2014 budget. There are going to be a number of public hearings and public town hall meetings throughout the county, and we certainly encourage the public to come out and participate.
And sir, what do you see for Fulton's future?
I see a bright future for Fulton. Certainly, it is my hope that when this is all done, that Fulton is recognized as the best county government in the country, and that it's sustainable.
Well, sir, we know you have a lot going on, so what are your final thoughts?
I am delighted to be the new county manager for Fulton County. I am honored that the board selected me for this position, and I am looking forward to helping move Fulton County forward.
All right, new Fulton County Manager Dwight Farrell, thank you so much for your time, and again, welcome aboard.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it's time to give your input on how federal funds are used for services ranging from housing to homelessness. Housing and Community Development is holding a series of hearings on their 2014 annual action plan. Each year, Fulton receives HUD dollars for programs like community development block grants, home investment partnerships, and emergency shelters. These funds are designed to improve the living conditions of low to moderate income citizens.
Basically, our programs benefit the citizens of Fulton County, particularly those who are low to moderate income, improving their living conditions and providing benefits and services and programs to those citizens, with the exception of citizens living in the cities of Atlanta, Roswell, Johns Creek, and Sandy Springs.
Citizen participation meetings have been held at the county facilities throughout the month. The last meeting is October 29th in Alpharetta. Now, the deadline for written comments is November 3rd at 5 p.m. Copies of the draft 2014 annual action plan are available for review at select senior facilities, libraries, and service centers. You can get more information by visiting the county's website or calling Lolita Collins. County residents are also having their say on how they would like to see their tax dollars spent next year. Public budget meetings are being held all around the county. From those meetings, the commissioners learn which programs and services are important to constituents. Last year, the county approved a $570 million spending plan, almost $9 million less than the year before. Here now to talk about the numbers is Sharon Whitmore. She is the Deputy Finance Director. Sharon, welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me today.
Well, Sharon, we've been hearing that it is going to be a tight budget year. Let's talk about the numbers.
For 2014, we're looking at a $74.8 million revenue shortfall. That is the floor for the revenue shortfall for this year. We've recently learned of a Supreme Court ruling that may impact our projection for local option sales tax for 2013, the remainder of 2013, and for 2014 that could cause that revenue shortfall to increase. So for now, and it's a very fluid process, we're starting with $74.8 million.
And so what's behind the falling revenue?
There are two primary reasons for our revenue decline over the last several years. First of all, of course, with the global economic downturn, our property values have declined significantly since around 2009. The Board of Commissioners has maintained the county's millage rate during that same time period. So while the values have come down and the millage rate has remained constant, that has resulted in fewer property tax dollars. The other issue is that during this same period of time, the state legislature enacted some legislation to increase the county's basic homestead exemption from $15,000 to $30,000. So that has drawn down our property tax revenue as well. And it's important to note that property taxes make up roughly 80% of the county's revenue base.
And there are mandated services and non-mandated services. How will the budget affect the mandated services?
Our mandated services, like courts and law enforcement, registration and elections, tax assessment, tax collection, they will all continue to be funded, and many of our discretionary services like libraries, health centers, human service, aging activities, those will continue to be funded as well, perhaps at lower levels than they have historically. And what we're going to be doing over the course of the next several weeks and months to come is trying to work through all of that and balance it out so that mandated services and our discretionary programs that we offer, that neither one are impacted more dramatically than necessary.
And Sharon, let me get your bottom line from a financial perspective.
The bottom line is that Fulton County has a fairly significant revenue shortfall for its 2014 budget. And the Finance Department, along with the Budget Commission and the Board of Commissioners, will be working diligently over the next several months to balance that out. And our objective is to make sure that Fulton County is and remains a sustainable government serving its people.
Assistant Finance Director Sharon Whitmore, great information. Thank you, ma'am, for your time.
Thanks again for having me.
Again, budget public meetings are being held all across the county. Check out the county's website for the hearing schedule. Well, you just heard Fulton's top executives are looking for ways to save money, and they found one using technology to save on fuel cost. The Facilities and Transportation Department recently completed installation of an automated fuel management system. The system tracks fuel usage and maintenance schedules and is used by all county officials authorized to operate county vehicles and equipment.
The former system used by Fulton County was known as Tech 21 and required drivers to use a fuel card, manually enter vehicle mileage, and use a PIN number. If the fuel card was damaged, the driver would be unable to fuel the vehicle. If the mileage was entered incorrectly, the parameters for service would be drastically changed. This would eventually result in an unreliable, unsafe vehicle.
The system uses advanced technology to detect the mileage of the vehicle within a 500 feet distance from the fueling station. In addition to saving costs, increasing accountability, and improving fleet maintenance, the system also supports green initiatives. Firefighters fan out across the county to promote safety. As a part of Fire Prevention Month, the department made stops at libraries, senior centers, and the government center downtown to inform citizens about kitchen safety. That's because this year's theme focuses on preventing kitchen fires. According to the National Fire Protection Association, nearly half of all home fires start in the kitchen.
A lot of fires start because they're grease fires on the stove and people don't know how to put them out. So one thing, you should never put water on a grease fire. 3 things you can use: a baking soda, a lid to smother it, or a fire extinguisher.
First responders and Sparky, the fire dog, made a stop at the government center downtown for a health and safety fair. You can stop by your local fire station to get more information on fire safety. And still to come, seniors exercise their freedom of movement. We'll explain in our district by district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Taxpayers speak out on the 2014 budget, and Fulton supports the achievements of a local doctor. Here's this week's district by district coverage. District 4 More seniors focus on improving their endurance, strength, and balance by participating in flexibility class. Participants of the Benson Senior Facilities Adult Day program try out several exercises designed to help promote greater mobility and independence. The county's Adult Day program is for seniors who have cognitive and physical limitations. According to MedicineNet.com, flexibility decreases when a person ages, and stretching exercises help to improve the range of motions in your joints.
This particular program here is for flexibility. We get more of the movements, and we get strengthening of the core muscles, the back and the stomach. They're the two things we emphasize in this class.
The flexibility classes for the Adult Day participants are offered weekly at Benson. So too are a variety of programs to all members, including Zumba, calligraphy, sewing, and much more. Commission Vice Chair Emma I. Darnell explains the real story on Fulton County taxes. During her second town hall meeting on the budget this year, the District 5 Commissioner invited new Fulton County Manager Dwight Farrell and finance representatives to inform citizens about the state of their tax dollars in 2014.
We'd like to thank our residents of Southwest Fulton and Southwest Atlanta for coming out tonight and giving us so much helpful information about their concerns, their needs, and their interests. This is a wonderful, strong community that is very sensitive about the quality of life for all people. So we want to thank everybody for coming out, and we're going to move quickly to let everybody know that they did not come out in vain.
I think it was a great opportunity for people from many different areas to come together, find out what's going on in detail, and also to know that our Fulton County government is accessible to its constituents.
The full list of budget public meetings is on the county's website. The final opportunity to comment on the 2014 budget before it's passed will be in January. District 6 Commissioner Joan Garner salutes Spelman College health students as they move closer to their dreams. Commissioner Garner attends a reception given by the Spelman College Health Careers Program. The students and staff celebrate the life of Dr. Georgia Dwale, who was the first Spelman College alumna to attend medical school. In 1920, the doctor developed the Dwale Infirmary, Atlanta's first general hospital for African Americans.
This event actually provides an opportunity for college students here at Spelman College to interface with health professionals. Spelman has a great pre-med program, and those students that are interested in pursuing careers in medicine have a great opportunity to network.
Spelman's College Health Careers Program is gaining members. Its enrollment has increased this year from 230 students to 405 students. And finally, in District 7, residents hear firsthand about the 2014 South Service District budget, also known as SSD. Commissioner William Bill Edwards, along with top county finance and department representatives, previewed the tentative fiscal plan. Now, the SSD is made up of county services that are exclusively paid for by South Fulton County residents. Services like police, fire, parks and recreation, code enforcement, just to name a few. The finance team explained the tentative numbers for next year's budget, and the district commissioner assured residents that their concerns would be addressed.
The priority for the 2013 budget, especially the unincorporated South Fulton County, is to maintain and elevate services. You know, when people pay taxes, they're paying for services, and they expect those services to be there. We're very proud in South Fulton County because we're able to manage the services because of the wonderful employees that we have working for us who worked harder, did more without increases in pay, that allowed us to save money so that we can give back to the citizenry those services that they deserve.
The beginning fund balance in 2013 for the SSD fund was over $4.5 million. Input from residents at this budget public meeting will help determine the fund balance for 2014. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, the county helps spark improvements in the health and quality of life for older adults. We'll tell you all about it when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Hundreds of people from all over the metro area gathered recently to support treatment for the mentally ill. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has a story now on the 2013 Fulton County NAMI Walk team. It's the focus of this week's Common Ground report.
The weather was picture perfect in Atlanta's Piedmont Park, and the very serious purpose for being there was uppermost in the minds of the hundreds of participants.
Well, I think it's important for all of us to be here to raise awareness of this important issue. I think for so long we've thought of health as being only from the neck down, and I don't think we've realized that when you're talking about the health and well-being of someone, you're talking about their mental and their physical.
That is why Fulton County Health Services has wide-ranging behavioral health services for adults and for children, and extensive programs for the developmentally disabled. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. These walks raise money to support services, treatment, and research into mental illness.
We have some family members who suffer from mental illness.
We're supporting them today.
The walk was just 3 miles long and ended with music, and those with a little bit more energy to burn, dancing the wobble.
Come out and help a cause that's nationwide, not just countywide. This cause is worldwide.
To work with or contribute to NAMI or to attend the free education classes, go online to namiga.org or call 770-234-0850. In downtown Atlanta, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now, Fulton has 3 training centers which provide services for the developmentally disabled. For details on specific services and programs, you can call those numbers right there on your screen. Well, you've heard of the power of positive thinking. Well, now comes a new philosophy.
Happier people live longer.
It's called the power of positive psychology. And seniors at the Harriet G. Darnell Multipurpose Facility learn ways to find joy in this seminar entitled 10 Keys to Happier Living.
Positive psychology stresses techniques like gratitude, using a gratitude journal, listing on a daily basis or reflecting on a daily basis about 2 or 3 things that you are appreciative of in your life, that you're grateful for, that you feel good about. It also encourages people to have some overall or overarching purpose or meaning in your life that you can get involved with, and so involved with that you literally lose track of time. It's called flow, being in a flow.
Womack says positive psychology helps people manage stress, resolve family and workplace issues, and motivate themselves and others.
It emphasizes spirituality, connecting with others, having a sense of self, connecting with a higher power, mindfulness, focusing on one thing at a time and the here and now, and not dwelling on the past, any past issues or obstacles.
Fulton County has an extensive array of behavioral health services for young children, teens, and adults. Call our main number at 404-612-1211 to find a program that meets your needs. If you or someone you know is in crisis, please call the Georgia Crisis and Access Line. Help is available there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We continue our coverage now on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Clinical breast exams and referrals for mammograms are some of the preventive screenings available at this fall's SPARC clinics. SPARC, which stands for Sickness Prevention Achieved Through Regional Collaboration, offers a host of no-cost or low-cost health screenings for older adults. The clinics are for men and women, so in addition to women's health matters, there are cholesterol and blood glucose screenings, blood pressure, vision, colorectal, and healthy mind checks.
It was outstanding, beautiful. I had no idea it was going on, but I really do appreciate it.
You can also get flu and pneumonia vaccinations, assistance with food stamps, and there's also help signing up for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act.
This program is very vital for the community and the people in the community. We have a lot of people that don't have access to services. So we try and bring the services in the community where they can actually come here and get a host of services all in one shot that will be beneficial for them to be able to do just that.
SPARC is a partnership between the Atlanta Regional Commission and the county's Office of Aging. Call the STARline or check the county's website for more senior services. And when we come back, a look at this year's winners in the National Arts Program exhibit. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Fulton County employees share their personal works of art with the public. As a part of the National Arts Program, employees, retired workers, and their immediate family members submitted original artwork to the annual awards exhibit. The masterpieces that had to have been created in the last 3 years hung in the main atrium of the Fulton County Government Center downtown. The adult and teen artwork was judged in amateur, intermediate, and professional categories.
We have so many things. We have over 100 works of art by 86 different artists of all ages and all media. More than 24 different departments are represented, so it's a wide thing.
Monetary prizes were given to the best entries during the annual award ceremony. The National Arts Program was founded in 1982 with the purpose of providing individuals a forum to showcase and develop their visual artistic talents. 82 exhibits are held around the country in 38 states. The Fulton County Department of Arts and Culture has participated for 17 years. To get more information about the National Arts Program or the Fulton Arts Department, visit these websites. And finally, Jazz Wednesdays is now underway at the Central Library downtown. The 10-part series called Jazz, a film by Ken Burns, is mesmerizing audiences each week from 1 to 2 p.m. The PBS documentary series runs through November 13th.
Jazz Wednesdays were an idea we came up with back in the spring. We'd had a National Endowment for the Humanities American Library Association grant to do a series of programs. We actually did 34 programs on America's music, from blues to bluegrass to Broadway. It was a wonderful series.
Jazz Wednesdays is free and open to the public. It's one of the many programs and events of the library system. Check out their website for a complete list. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.